There are nights when the silence is so heavy, you can almost hear it. This was one of those nights. The only light came from the moon, a cold, silver blade cutting through the darkness of the room, spilling across the floorboards. It painted the world in shades of gray and black, a place where shadows stretched and warped into unsettling shapes. The air was still, holding its breath, waiting. My own breath hitched in my chest, a small, foolish sound against the profound quiet. I found myself staring at the window, the single pane of glass separating my world from the one outside. It started subtly, a small, almost imperceptible patch of fog, blooming on the glass like a ghostly flower. I blinked, thinking my eyes were playing tricks on me, but it grew, spreading outward from the center, a soft, milky nebula against the blackness of the night. It was the kind of mist left by a warm breath on a cold surface, but the room was cold, and I was all the way across it. My heart began to thrum, a low, persistent drumbeat against my ribs. I couldn't look away. The camera inside my mind pushed forward, a slow, unwilling crawl toward that pane of glass. As I got closer, I saw them. Inside the fog, silhouettes began to form. They were like smudges of charcoal, vague and indistinct at first, a shape that might have been a hand, with long, spindly fingers, pressed against the glass for a moment before dissolving back into the mist. Then another, a distorted outline of a shoulder, a head, all shifting and melting into one another. It was like watching a nightmare trying to solidify, to break through the veil of sleep. Then came the sound. Tap, a faint, dry little noise. Tap, tap. It was like a fingernail gently rapping on the glass, a polite but insistent request to be let in. The shadows behind the glass shifted, moving with a life of their own, independent of the trees swaying outside. They deepened, coalesced, drawing the moonlight into their void. The tapping grew a little louder, a little faster, a frantic, desperate rhythm. Tap, tap, dash, tap, dash, tap, dash, tap. The cold in the room intensified. Every instinct screamed at me to run, to turn on the lights, to break the spell. But I was frozen, a spectator to my own terror. My virtual lens was right against the glass now, so close that the fog seemed to fill my entire vision. The tapping stopped. The silence that rushed in was worse, a gaping maw of anticipation. For a long, stretched-out second, there was nothing, just the swirling mist, the cold glass, and the frantic pounding of my own heart. And then, in a sudden, sickening lurch, the fog cleared in one spot, wiped away from the inside. A face stared back at me. Not a reflection of me, but something else. Its eyes were wide, dark pools of emptiness. Its mouth is silent, screaming, "Oh!" It was right there, pressed against the glass, looking not at me, but through me, as if it recognized a kindred darkness deep inside.